Welcome back to another run. This is going to be Close to the Sun by FaustDaimos. Make
That's
sure to get
me.
yourself a drink.
Strap in. It's going to take a little while.
There you go.
Unfortunately, I'm not like our last runner who's commentating for me. My game runs a little longer than 5-6 minutes. So I've got to go through a little bit of an intro, and then I'll let you know when it starts, and we can do a countdown if you'd like for the timer. But, like it was said, hi everybody, my name is FaustDaimos, and I am running Close to the Sun, a game where we play Marvel's What If, but with real history, not comic books. So we're going to count down in 3, 2, 1, go. So, like I was saying, this is like Marvel's What If, but, however, this is what if Nikola Tesla didn't pass away when he did, and Edison wasn't a gigantic jerk. He was still a jerk, just not in the jerk way that he was in real life. Let him go just a little bit more. We play as Rose, who has a sister named Ada, who is currently talking, as you can probably see by the closed captions. She sends us a little bit of a letter saying, "Hi, I'm sorry I left you, but can you come see me? By the way, wear this earpiece. We've got Bluetooth. Don't worry about it. It's the middle of like the 1800s or so. It's what if. We've got this." So all we have right now is a little bit of controls while we read and we put in. Mind you, the Bluetooth is a little bit bigger than what we've got right now. I mean, my Bluetooth fits underneath my headphones here. So we start out here on a ship on our way to finding another ship. Welcome aboard the Helios. Not yet. We will see that in just a second. So we've got to jump out of here. Unfortunately... Ah, there it is. See it just over there. It's a little bit larger than the ship that you're normally used to seeing, but we'll come to understand exactly why when we I would say near the end of the second act, we will meet who she calls Fred. Run in here, press this button, and we just now wait. Now we have a nice, gigantic, long intro sequence where I can continue talking, but at the same time, I also like looking at the majesty of this ship. Because this ship makes super yachts look like tugboats. And unfortunately, I've played this game so many times, I've just come to really love the music, the ambience, the entire aesthetic of this intro cutscene that they don't let you skip and force you to go for about 2 minutes. So it is what it is. But like I said, we're on a regular size boat. Here's the Helios. Slight size difference, right? You know?
A big boy.
It is the chunkiest. I would say it's like the megalodon of boats. I've stood inside the jaws of that thing, and I will probably be making a lot of nautical or sea type puns. You can call me a beach if you want to. Alright. Surely I've heard it before. So as you see, Dirty Great Big opens, and holy moly, look at that. We're just a tiny little speck in there. We're even smaller than that M for music and sound effects. So we're about to get control, and then there'll be a little less cutscenes like that. We have kind of cutscenes in here that I call like moving cutscenes, where you can't really do too much, but it doesn't really force you into anything. And they like giving you little tidbits of, use the zoom command to go and take a look behind you when you're getting chased. Spoiler alert, apparently we're getting chased in this. So, we sat down at some point during that entire intro sequence, and now apparently we were supposed to have somebody come and visit us here, but There's no one. There's absolutely no one here, and our sister couldn't even take the time out of her busy schedule to come and see us. The cow, however, if you can hear the cow, that cow's a real one. You know what I mean? So the first thing that we have to do is come into this little pavilion. As we see the whole world. And we don't really care about the world. What we care about is through here. This game came out in 2020, if I remember correctly, which is kind of funny, and I'm bringing that up, as when we come through here, we're going to see a word that all of us, these past couple years, have come to know way too well. And that says, quarantine. We broke quarantine. Isn't that apt for... So one of the things that the Helios does is provide wireless electricity. Now, I don't know if you know your history, but that was one of the inventions and brainchilds of Tesla, was wireless energy. So in this Marvel's What If, he did it. He was able to. Speaking of Tesla... Not obvious at all, right, Tim?
Not obvious.
No gigantic quarantine notice.
Nah.
Ah. Oh, look, we made the only reference to Edison that we will get. We have our first little puzzle. We noticed in the other one that both have to point up, so we will point both of these up, open the door, open the second part of opening this door. Now, Tim, you ran the game that you were running. What was that game called? The Maker of Masks?
Correct.
I see your masks. I raise you our own.
What the hell?
The only time we ever see a mask, it was right there as a nice little jump scare.
True maker of masks, see?
The true. Well, I don't know. Maybe it came down some chute somewhere and he decided, hey, I don't know.
That would be my guess. My money's on that.
I would think so. When manipulating time to get exotic energy. So this is energy that is not here. They'll explain exotic energy later. I tried really hard to learn some of the theory and principle behind some of the stuff that will be talked about coming up in about 5 minutes or so. I will do my best to try to explain it, but please understand that I am not a theoretical physicist or a mathematician. I'm a dude with a beard who runs the game.
I've got your letter right here.
That doesn't make any sense. I didn't write you any letter, Rose.
So Ada didn't write us this letter, but Ada wrote us this letter.
Or sabotage. It doesn't matter.
But we're here now,
Get off this shit.
and we need to help.
That's what the quarantine is about? Ada, what the hell
Look at these. Can't even pick up their own notes.
Listen very carefully. We really
Blobs.
need to leave.
Terrible.
It's spreading all
Now we're going to take a look.
A lot of
And I love this section because it changes back to a nice little cocktail party. And if there was one mask for a jump scare, these masks aren't the same. They're all different. They're all... But we don't care about any of these people. What we care about is over here. This bartender, this, I don't know what else you call it. I call him a bartender because there's like one drink right there. They look at you and everything changes, and it must have been one heck of a night because we can still kind of see them, and the piano
must be
broke.
one hell of a night. They evaporated.
Right?
Rose,
Crazy.
are you there?
I know when I have one hell of a night, I turn into balls of light.
What the hell am I doing here? If you didn't write the
We
letter...
have to come over here. This is where we went, where the check-in counter bartender is, and we have to open this
Not present me, but
with two nice little
know how crazy that
turns.
sounds, but I promise I can explain everything.
Grab another key card that look like the most fancy key cards you'll ever see. Look behind us as there's a bunch of pigeons, and these pigeons actually like to slow us down because they fly away, scare the heck out of us, and we slow down a little bit. So we don't look at them, and then they're gone. They just disappear. They say, all right, balls of light for us too. Gone. Now, if anybody's a little bit queasy when it comes to blood, guts, and a little bit extra, I would suggest looking away just in a bit. Just off the top of my head, you know, just thinking with my brains. You never know. But we have to make sure that we don't lose our perception due to the Helios's huge size. And I know that when first encountering this huge size was, well, I had ship shock, I guess is the best way to put it. Start looking at our feet. For whatever reason, we can't stand. Oh, look! There's another person. Now, we can't, cannot open this door 100%. But this is like one of those living cutscenes that I was saying I don't really need to hold on to anything. This is where I take my first water break. So if you haven't drank anything yet, strap in and get yourself some.
Snack time, ladies and gentlemen.
Personally, I like myself a good brain soup. Helps with the digestion. Helps me understand things a little bit better. And it looks like they have some in droves.
Get me out. How do I get out?
And if you look to the top left, you'll see a person willing to give us a hand with the panic attack that we are currently happening.
Close your eyes and just focus on my voice. Breathe with me. One leaf in.
Not too much happens for a little bit,
One leaf in.
unfortunately. Gotta just sit here.
So it's just like 2 minutes of, you know, hyperventilating.
Yeah, you know.
Okay.
You hit a door open, you put a face full of brain, you hyperventilate a little bit.
They've been
I can look around, but I can't do it too much, but time is not a river.
what? Did this?
We don't.
I never knew time was water.
But right now.
We always learn something in these kind of games,
Make
you
your
know?
way to the center of the apartment complex. There's a generator.
It's deep, man. It's deep.
Focus on that for now. I'm on my way. I'll broadcast you again shortly. Be careful, sis.
Alright, we try not to touch these because this game likes to stop us in our tracks. Now, we're going to come up to one of the first of many doors that are tricky because you have to make sure you accurately press buttons, but you don't really have a reticle to see anything. Oh look, more party people.
Visions from the past?
Come over here, press this button twice. Here, and it is 1, 1, 2, 1, 3. Pull the trigger. There we go, and we're out. And they're off. And in first place, here comes Rose. Second place, no one. Rose is in the lead.
About damn time. What took you?
And we meet another one of our cast members,
If you've harmed my sister, I swear to God.
Aubrey. Aubrey is my favorite character, I would like to just point out. He has a dark sense of humor that has helped him through this quarantine, that has either been because of this quarantine or, well, I would hope that he wasn't like this beforehand. Alright, so over here. Go. Oh, and we can't do anything. And you'll notice that it says find
Listen, buddy.
a key card.
Rose?
Oh,
Talking to?
Ada. Oh, thank God.
so the key card is way over here. And I usually look down when I go get the key card, and just because there are some things that
I'd like some answers.
are kind of bad
Rose, I'd rather explain
ish.
in person. It's
No,
not
Ada.
what
Now is a
However, I'm going to just round this corner,
Fine.
and
I'll be brief. Listen.
we're gonna bonk our head, but it's not gonna do us too much damage. So down, hit our head.
The universe is the same one moving back
We kind of go through things. I think at this point we have
attached to the Euclidean analogy of
a concussion because we just got told about the Euclidean
conjecture. Well,
and she just kept going. And it's fun. It's fantastic. Here's the second one where we have to figure it out, but I have a terrible memory and I still know what to do. So we're gonna go. Turned off the electricity. Unfortunately, electricity is shockingly it kills you. One hit. We have 1 HP in this entire game. We either die or we don't.
No, wait. Yes, I do. My friend Eliza has a pair. God, I hope she's okay.
Gotta go through
She's
here.
on the ground floor, Gamma Quarter.
And this is a nice little sneaky tidbit. A plus T. Now, we only know of a few people in this game so far. There's Rose, Ada, Aubrey, and Nikola Tesla. Tim, who do you think, with that information, who do you think A plus T would be?
Well, A would be Aubrey.
Oh,
and
100%.
B would be the party people.
Okay, well, obviously you've seen me do this before, so that's not fair. But my vote has always been Miss Ada and Mr. Tesla. But I could be wrong.
I'll allow it.
Okay, thank you very much. Now we're going to come up in just a quick moment, and we're going to find who I would say is our final of the cast. We do have one supporting actor coming up, but there's our last human character. Oh. And so he should be right gone. We have no idea where that person went, but they should have been right here. That's a little unfortunate. Now we have to go back to where we were, as that is where our sister's room is, and we have to go and find something there for her. So up these stairs, really, really quickly. I would hate to see what her Fitbit, what Rose's Fitbit would look like after a run in here. The entire game, like, I swear, about this point, I think her Fitbit would be going, congratulations, you've done, 10,000 steps.
Please work.
Easily.
Because you're supposed to usually just, like, walk through this area. I just hold shift, because this is a speed run and not a power walk, so we have to go. Now, you can take a look at all of these other places, but Ada's a little bit more important than everybody else, so she gets front and center. The brilliant Ada.
Yeah, this is Ada's room.
Super not clean.
Never did learn to clean her room properly.
Alright, we don't care about that. We also don't care about a photo of the two of them together.
Hey, Rose, where are you?
We do, however, care a lot about this tea set.
Make it off the ship alive.
I love this tea set. I could stare at it for about 35 seconds. What about you, Tim?
You said
Yeah, about 35 seconds sounds right.
wrote me the letter that brought me here. What does that even mean?
A little bit more of the tea set over there. There's a D4. Apparently, she plays Dungeons and Dragons. She has a bunch of dice all over there, but they're a little larger than they normally are.
Holy shit. I think I know
Ada,
how.
language.
Listen, Rose, I need you to grab me some very important
Yeah, come on, Ada. We're on front page. Best
Yeah,
I see, right?
Ada,
Keep it
what the
going.
heck?
Find it while I make my way.
Why would you do this?
I'll give you a clue. It's center stage.
That's fantastic. Thank you very much. My brilliant sister, my absolute genius sister decides to give me a riddle. That's gonna work great. You know what Rose does for a living? She's a journalist. If I remember correctly, it's this one. It's not. I always make a mess of this, so we're going to try to go quickly. So if I tried fire last time, then it's this one, and then we got another water, or another air, I should say. You'd think I'd know my alchemical symbols by now, but obviously I don't. There we go. And like it was said a little earlier, it's not a horror game without a vent. Here's our vent.
Aboard the
Congratulations, we're now into horror.
We'll get together.
We're in the stay out of the house territory.
100%. Stay out of the Helios. Almost as many syllables as house. Maybe one more? I don't know. We also don't have like the nice VCR filter going on this. I disabled it beforehand.
Wait, this game, does it actually have a VCR filter?
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Oh.
I would love for this to have a VCR filter.
I was going to say, that'd be like sick.
Right? Because so many people say that this game looks and feels and plays, and we have actually no head, by the way. We also struggle to turn around in this area. We get a little bit paranoid of what's coming. But yeah, it gets compared to BioShock a lot.
Yes.
Weirdly, you know, running simulator, steampunk-ish, Marvel's What If, people way smarter than they should be, and something bad done did happen. Who would have known? Not me.
You've got massless known vectors intersecting with relativistic spoon.
See, I understood that. I understood that reference. The massless known vectors intersecting with relativistic spoon dimensions. I got that. Ada didn't, so that's a point for us. Rose and I, 1. Ada, probably 5 million or something like that. But we call that a win. She didn't figure that one out. Ada, being amazingly intelligent, decided instead of having my research in one place, I'm going to split it, and there we go. I'm dividing it into 2 pieces. There we go. You have half. Go and find the other one, please. Because I'm locked. I'm locked in. Because this wouldn't be an hour and some odd game if she just went, oh yeah, by the way, have the other one. Meet you at the boat, sis. We got this.
Easy clap.
Oh, easy. I swear that they did this section just to pad everything out because she takes forever to go through this. And I'm really hoping that I can get the little glitch here where we spin our head around a bunch, but I don't think it's going to happen. Nope. Sometimes you can get Rose's head to spin on its y-axis a couple of times. And we're locked. Not if we... No. There is no out of bounds like that. Tesla has locked us in.
Tesla was so smart, he managed to stop IRL out of bounds. That's incredible.
Yeah, weird. You know what he didn't stop? Audio issues in this game. You turn everything down to 0, all you hear, feet. You hear feet steps. Footsteps, even. No words, nothing. Just a pitter patter and getting at her.
You are locking us up?
Yep, we are locked up. We are not allowed to move anywhere except for to kick this basketball.
Right. How's that?
So,
Huh? A ship full of dead
if we, this is like my favorite section, by the way.
Where's your unlimited energy
Basketball
now?
percent. No. We don't want to go in there. We want it over here. So we have to wait. We have to. There we go.
Are you okay, Ada?
So where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh no! We got it stuck. Oh, it's gone now. Hashtag rip basketball.
Biggity just said in the chat that you should be in the World Cup.
Be in the World Cup. For who? Canada? Did they even make it in the World Cup this year?
I can't answer that question, Faust.
I was asking because I didn't know.
The Alpha Quarter of the Faraday District.
I also don't want to know about the results between England and France, because if France won, pretty sure that's going to be the second 100 Years' War right there. He's going to be starting shooting footballs. They're going to start shooting footballs.
The door. Please.
Yeah.
Or if you're Aussie, soccer balls.
Oh, that's fighting words. No wonder they sent the prisoners down that way.
That's
On
right.
ships. Not as big as this, though.
Definitely
Unfortunately.
not as big.
They're still talking about, like, can you please help me? Yeah, I'll help you. Can you please help. Yes. Scouts. Okay, there we go. Finally. A little bit of an explosive way of getting out, but hey. Sometimes these things need to happen. There was the same tea set, but we don't need to look at that. Tesla is so smart. He made a big old statue of himself. I want a ship that is so large I can have a big old statue of myself. Alright, and here is our final human cast member, who I call supporting cast. There he is. Say hi. Oh. Say goodbye, kids.
F in the chat for supporting cast.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, F in the chat. Supporting cast is there and gone. Yeah.
Good lord.
So we'll talk about him in just a minute, because right now we don't know his name. But, yeah. He, had a... Oh, we do find his name out right now. His name is Ludwig.
Ludwig.
It comes to find out that Ludwig, not only being amazingly intelligent and a scientist, but through some found notes, it's heavily implied that he is Jack the Ripper. And so, during all of this and everything that's gone on, he just kind of let himself be free. And kind of did a few things. So the brain soup that we saw back there that caused Rose to hyperventilate, that was him. Now we have to just run around, wait for her to say I'm at the gates.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. And there we go. Now, even more stairs. Need to get that achievement. 25 flights of stairs in a day.
Yes.
And this is where you can use the zoom button. Look behind us. As Ludwig is behind us. Definitely. 100% he's there, right? Way, way behind us. Ludwig is not the fastest man in the world. And that's okay. Because he apparently has also forgotten that he can throw his knife. Maybe it's on cooldown, maybe it's an ability. I don't know, but I'm not going to look gift horse in the mouth. He's way far behind us. He's not going to catch up. Right, Tim? Like, you would put money on this that he would not catch up to me.
Yeah, no, I'd
All right.
say it'd be fun.
We're going to jump in here. And we ran nicely. Tripped over for some reason. Alright, we should be good, right?
God. Yeah.
Somehow he got back to us. Real quickly.
You can't run from time, Rose. I'll have my revenge. You will pay for what you did.
What did we do? Did we write some scathing newspaper about him? He just walks away. He casually just saunters away. It's, interesting. No, Ludwig. Ludwig, come back. Have you deloaded? Also, I don't know if you noticed, but my hand was... It happens if you run into things just a little bit wrong.
Oh, yeah.
She goes a little wonky.
Yeah.
Has no head, wonky arms. It's a whole thing. That's why she's a journalist, not a scientist. Her sister took everything.
Hey, it's Aubrey. Anything
Oh, hey, Aubrey.
No,
How's it going, bud?
I'm worried. She should have radioed in by now.
Our first little bit of ominous foreshadowing, and by ominous immediate foreshadowing, I'd say, is just a little bit obscured right here. We're going to see it as we go by. A lot of fire. That's
Maybe he mistook her
awfully
for
close to
someone
where we
else.
are,
I'd
isn't
rather
it?
not think about it.
I don't... That doesn't bode well, does it? Oh well. We don't need to worry about that. That's somebody else's problem. Apparently we're the somebody else.
Aubrey, help!
I'm on it.
This is not gonna end well.
Still moving, Aubrey.
So I'm gonna go to the back.
I'm trying.
Oh, maybe I can't go this way. I was gonna try to push it this way. Aubrey, this is Aubrey, fire. Aubrey.
Jump, Rose.
Yes, I'm gonna jump into the fire. That's 100% what I'm gonna do. There. Literally, you have just a little bit of time, but if you jump when he says to jump,
Rose, are you okay, Rose?
that 1 HP is 0. 100% is 0.
Oh, thank God. Thank God.
So where am I?
I've got some good news and some bad news.
Okay, well, we got...
First,
Bad news first, always.
I agree, Rose. What is the bad news?
well, I thought I would be able to take you all the way to your sister in the biolabs.
Well, that went up in
That
flames,
obviously won't happen.
right?
The good news is I know exactly where you need to go to get there.
Fantastic.
I can provide you with this.
I love this immediate slowdown. This water is unlike any other water. It slows you right down, and even though you're holding
Lights at the
shift...
end of the tunnel.
Nope, not good.
You get it? A light at the...
There's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Anyway, just follow the tunnel.
Aubrey failed at comedy,
That sounds
so
easy enough.
went to his fallback career of
Towards the light.
science.
Great. I'm going to fix a few things here on my end. I'll check back in a bit.
All right, check back in a bit, please.
See, Benny, I told you.
A bit's over now.
You made it.
Aubrey! Yeah, I'm at the station.
He
Where do I
is
go from here?
definitely a little clingy
Tech labs. I've already
now that he knows that she
powered
can
the section you're about to enter.
save him.
I took the liberty of overloading a few select doors to help guide you towards the biolabs. Simply go with the flow, but bear in mind that I couldn't get them all, so watch your step.
Okay. Anything else I should know about this place?
I love the absolute magnitude of this entire game,
Hold your nose. That
because it really puts into perspective how many people
flesh as
are here, and not just the dead bodies everywhere, but just
yeah?
all of that.
He's like a tulip of death.
Oh yes, we were just introduced to Benny, but Benny's already dead,
I'm using my best
so he's not really a supporting character. He does lend a hand as a back scratcher, but that's about it.
continue through the tech labs. I'll be back in a bit.
As you see, we keep seeing all of these after images. And it's very interesting to kind of almost observe what they're doing here, because some of them have real world influence. That didn't sound good. I don't know if you heard that, Tim, but I heard something growl, and that wasn't my stomach.
Yeah.
I actually didn't hear the growl, so this is.
There was a little growl, and it sounded more like roar than like rawr. But you know, both of them are ominous if you hear it and you're the only live person in the section you're in.
So what do I do?
I know
Yeah.
I'd be scared if I heard a
Yeah.
rawr.
In any situation.
All right, we're gonna be a little risky and play with electricity a little bit. Oh no, I thought we could get by that. Sometimes you can speed through it and not die, but at that point we were gonna die. Because it doesn't matter that the electricity was literally touching this. It matters if the electricity was touching the ground where you step. So, yeah. Oh, there's some more people just laying around, just, you know, not doing their sciencey things. If I laid down at work, my boss would be upset with me. But apparently Tesla is perfectly okay with that. And this guy, I don't know if you saw that, he just kind of appeared And he should be kind of right here, but he just also disappeared. So I don't call him any part of supporting character. There's a lot more people here.
I'm fine.
We don't have to worry about
What
that.
happened? I've been worried sick.
We have another one of these doors.
Being jammed, but I found a way around it. I assume Nicola got you locked up too.
Yeah, but I got out. I'm almost at the biolabs. You're still there, right?
Wait.
And here's one of the places that we have a real world
I got help from that Aubrey
action
guy.
and reaction
He's
from
trapped too.
a
Saved my life, so we need to get him before we
from a
leave.
person of light. We're not gonna look, but they just blew
Of course
something
we
up,
will. But
so we
first,
can't go
research.
where it was.
They hold the keys
Have to go
to
through here through a lecture
Right.
that's being
Did you
run
manage
at
to
the
get other
moment.
half?
No, it's in the theater. We'll pick it up together right after you.
And here's where we have bad guy
I'm guessing
number 2.
reason for the quarantine? Exo, whatever they call it.
I don't know about you, but I can't grunt and talk at the same time. Here's 2 guys. There's Jiminy and Cricket, and they're about to get.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a little. He almost gets there. We don't help him, and he gets He gets it's a nice little new stomach hole. And this unfortunately creature, this solidified blue, whatever the heck this exo exotic energy stuff is, he gets faster. And he actually runs faster than us. So he's right behind us as we get into here. If you clip anything, it's you've got to redo that entire section. There's a leg, and the rest of the dude's body is over here with rats. And that note says that the rats escaped and decided that they were hungry. And he was the only set of food around them. So you can see what happens, right?
How did you know to close the door?
Them lab rats. Not really the most willing of subjects.
That's 3 times I owe
We
you.
have a little bit of talking here before he decides that he's going to open this door for us.
Yeah. She's in a surgery room. Am I close?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Fantastic. I'm glad that we're close. Let's get going.
For you to get there now. There's an observation room right above the surgery. You should be able to see her from there. Anyway, go and say hi
Now,
to your
those
sister.
footprints are done by the
I will.
exo creatures.
Thank you again.
that's the blue guys.
That's the blue guys, the ones that decided that they wanted to
Weather
put his
control,
hand through the
time manipulation.
person. Now, like I said, this game is fully optimized, fantastic, beautifully rendered, right?
Right.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to not render the floor again.
Huh.
Yeah, it's one of those places where, for some reason, it just
Hey, language.
decided that it didn't want those assets anymore and said, we're gone. And there's our sister. We have found objective number 1 complete. Find sister. We'll put a nice old ticky mark beside that. Now we have to go and get the other piece of her knowledge. We just need to go over to the right.
Can't miss it.
Short corridor.
I will be
Can't
right
miss
down.
it. Green means go. Red means stop, apparently.
I didn't do anything.
That's okay. We'll find out another way. That blue stuff, that's fine, right? We don't need to worry about that.
Can't. Rose.
It's fine.
Yeah, no worries.
Rose, listen to me.
Right?
Really, it's okay. You're here for me. I will love you forever for that. But I need you to do one thing. Get
Yeah.
the research, Rose.
One thing?
Go to the theater and get the second notebook. Together they hold the keys to everything.
Oh,
Promise
there's
me,
the
Rose.
blue dude.
Promise me.
Part of the blue man group, but not the fun kind.
Promise me, Rose.
She'll be fine, right, Tim?
Exactly. Absolutely fine.
I think we spoke too soon. I just want to point out, Rose is now the smartest of the siblings. By default, sure, but still.
It counts. Hey man, a win's a win.
A brilliant theoretical physicist. Huh? It's alright. And now, because Rose does not know how to process grief the best way, she decides that the smartest thing that she can do in a situation like this
Rose?
is to not talk to Aubrey
Now or never, Rose.
and to just sit
They're
down.
coming. I'm running out of doors to close.
I don't care.
I don't know about you, but my self-preservation instinct would be I am hightailing it the heck out of here. Thank you very much. I need to stop by and pick up the other piece of research.
You promise, Rose?
Then I leave.
Scout's honor and everything.
Yeah, it's definitely a catch your mate moment from me, I'd say.
Definitely. Because over to the left, I can only push so far. There's a green,
Side door, go!
and there's a red over there. So we have to go to the left. Because I was taught when I was younger, as I assume most people were, green means go, red means stop, so we just continuously go in this direction. Through.
So what happens if you don't go
Continue
in that
towards the
direction?
physics department.
Nothing. You go to a dead end and it's just
Okay,
kind of
right.
But you said
stalled. Nothing really happens.
I was expecting like the blue guy comes out and pops you on. But yeah.
I wish it's the blue guys are not intelligent. They're more. They just kind of go where they can. There's nobody lying in wait, unfortunately.
Okay. So
okay, I think I've got a solution, Rose.
They teleport in, know that the only thing that they can do is violence, and then teleport out, and it's
That would be the reactor core.
classic horror villain.
exactly, right? You know, Jason does it, walks, you know, kills a bunch of camp counselors. Freddy does it,
Easier said than done.
just waits for you to sleep. The Blue Man Group does it, uses music to get into people's hearts, minds, and homes, and then hits them with something like this, and it's all bets are off, right?
Well, we're going to walk you straight through the middle of it.
So they're not like roaming enemies at all.
No,
Roaming
no,
out.
they're static, fixed points of where they are. This is what I call one of the reasons why I don't like bonfires, because I could only imagine how this feels. We're gonna try. Oh, I hoped I could get the one cycle on this, where the fire stops, you go right through, but no.
And Faust, I can't believe you're throwing for content right now.
I am throwing for content 100% right here, and it's done. And whoo, this is the spiciest part of the entire run. I just kind of wanted to see a little bit more of it, spend a little bit more time. Remember when I said that it was perfectly audio balanced?
Oh yeah, that's
Everybody's awake now, right? Thumbs up in chat if you're that woke you up from whatever you were doing. The best part is that doesn't happen all the time. I hate to use that line, but that's never happened before.
never happened before.
But I'd be lying.
We've had a few of those today.
Oh.
Yeah, we've definitely had a few of those.
I think my favorite "that's never happened before" moment of this entire marathon is the idea that we're gonna get a bunch of speedrunners together and have a set schedule, and then the shocked Pikachu face when the speedrunners went, you know what? We're gonna go a bit faster than that.
Yep.
We found some skips. Don't worry, you didn't know about this. Sorry, Dad.
Make us all panic because we're 10 minutes ahead of schedule. Yep. Probably. I think we're even fast, like further along than that. at
My
one
my
point.
question is where will this entire marathon sit in the leaderboards? Are we going to do this again? Invite the same people, see if we can beat our time from last time. You know. Hi,
Round two.
speedruns.com. We're speedrunning an entire marathon this time. You know, we got
Yeah.
like 13 runners, 20-ish games, 13 hours. We're going to see how it does, you know?
I'm going to do a 13-hour speedrun marathon in 12.
The elevator is heroes.
You got 1 year, everybody, to practice. We're going to do this in 11 hours, 58 minutes, and a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
What do you think?
In saying that, though, like, everyone has really brought it to
Oh,
like,
fantastic.
They've really gone off.
Actually, I do have one complaint, though, and I need to air this out. And I'm sorry I'm doing this where everybody can hear. But gosh dang, can you guys stop being so darn entertaining? I've got nothing done all day. I've been glued to my chair this entire day, watching everybody do these fantastic games. The any percent, the glitchless, the fully glitched, the out of bounds, no out of bounds. All of it was fantastic. I've played a bunch of these games. I didn't know I could do half of these things. Beneficium I had played before, and then it took me, like, I think I was telling you, Tim, an hour or so, where I played it for an hour, and it was definitely not an hour that we watched today. I'm just saying.
yeah.
And so, like,
Beneficium, wasn't it?
100% with the, I wanted to call it the Spider Lady. I'm going to have my back to the ground, because that's the way anatomy works. I should know. I did biology grade 11 and flunked it, so I know how bodies are supposed to work.
Exactly, yep.
So this is the theater. It has an actual grand theater inside the Helios. It even has
all out, man.
that pull out, and like when you come up the elevator, and I know I was talking about other things and trying to pat everybody on the back at one point while talking a little bit of smack, you know, just the absolute way that they show perspective in this game, in especially sections like this, is nothing short of brilliant. Because I remember the very first time I went to the theater, and admittedly, I didn't go to the world's biggest theater or even a grand theater like this, but I remember this feeling of feeling small and short, and as a guy who's 6'5", that's hard to do. And I felt that, and I feel that every time I go in here. And this is another one of my favorite sections with the fear of heights that I have. Going over this, yeah, that'd be a nice fall. So you can see there's a nice orchestra pit as well, like a full orchestra.
Full orchestra, hell yeah.
Full orchestra. Some of them are still so dedicated, they're still sitting there. They took quarantine straight to heart. They went, okay, not moving. No one's touching my
Musicians,
instrument.
am I right?
Right? And they've had some great things, like Macbeth. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. That probably have cursed me.
That's a spoiler. Oh.
So, people in my channel know I have to kick that bucket. Especially now since I did die. I have proverbially and actually kicked the bucket. We're going to stand right here. Because we have a couple more than just one key, but the key to this section is right here. Literally. Can you two stop? This? Thank you. Here we go.
There's a secret room in my...
Now, let's pray to the gods of not glitching things that I'm going to stand at the right place and not stop. Okay, good. There's a place that you can stand, and if you press spacebar, you can jump, stop, and then just hover up. It looks like you're hovering upwards, but the elevator is actually just going down, and you're staying in the same place.
Okay.
And then it's 100% soft lock. You have to restart this entire section to get it done.
Wow.
And yeah, I was wondering if I could get it just to kind of show it off, but at the same time, I went. Here I am saying, yeah, look at that. We're doing 13-hour marathon in like 12 hours. Look at how fast we're running, and then I slow everything down.
Yeah. Always the way.
All right.
Always, 100%. That's
I get up there.
what's not Newton's law. It's Murphy's law. Right, Murphy's law. You know Murphy's law, right? Tim?
Yes.
Do you know
Damn,
Cole's law?
No. Oh,
That's just
God.
thinly sliced
Right
cabbage.
now. Yeah. Okay. As soon as I said no, I was like, hang on a minute. This is a trap.
It's one of my favorite things, and because you're more paying attention to what's going on here, Tim,
Yes.
I knew that I could get you at that point because you were looking at the people still sitting there at the orchestra, right?
Yes.
So, right here, I'd say take a guess of which book, but how about the one that says AA? Ada Archer? Super covert, right? Like RDJ
Rose.
says. Yeah, Rose. There we go. There's Ludwig. You know, he could have had us too if he didn't say Rose right there. But no, he has to torment his victims apparently.
Yep, that's definitely classic horror. Rather than just shank someone, you gotta be like, oi, bro, I'm gonna shank you.
Yeah, you gotta be like, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. It's like I bet that the big bad wolf would have been able to blow over those pigs' houses if he wouldn't have said, I'm gonna huff and puff and blow your house down. If he just came up and was just like, oh, boom, done. Bacon,
Get wrecked, nerds.
ham,
Yeah.
some pork belly, you know, it would have been easy. He would have been eating good for a couple of days. Oh, you gotta do that last little bit of taunting.
Exactly like the old Bond villains, isn't it?
Oh yes, I'm not gonna just kill you yet, Mr. Bond. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I'm going to do. Here, let me enter a 5-minute monologue while you figure out what how to get out of here. It's all good. You're not gonna do it.
You're not the world's greatest spy or anything.
Yeah. All right, and then he's there. Somehow he got to the left-hand side of us. Well, I have yet to figure that out. And we have to take a dip over here, jump over this box, knock over that, because I don't like that it's standing. We don't actually have to. And, unfortunately, right now I'm on keto, so I can't really eat anything sugary, but right now, I think that I would like some just desserts, but I'm going to order it for Ludwig instead. As we fall through here and bonk our head for, you know, yet another time. We're going to turn around. And we're going to see Ludwig kind of got what's coming to him. I took a look at the official artwork for Ludwig. He's quite attractive, but at this point, I think he's even hotter.
Terrible!
Aubrey, where the hell have you been?
Can't go through that door. Even though that door says green means go, it turns to red means stop in a second. So we got to go around.
Didn't you? I bet you did. Right?
Shut off the electricity because electricity is
I got the
bad.
notebook. And then I ran into Ludwig.
And then we have nothing else to say as he's looking around. And we just got to stand right here.
Anything yet?
Look at our shoes. No, we can't see anything.
Nothing.
Let me see. Oh, it's literally... I have never walked this close before.
Oh, that's
There's the elevator.
66.
It doesn't go
Next
up too
order of
far.
business, getting you that elevator.
Fantastic, Aubrey. Thank you.
I don't even think it was down to the next floor. It was just literally hiding.
You have no idea how good that sounds.
We're going to look at her feet and
Let me
say,
get the doors.
you know what? Those are some really nice feet. Walk forward.
The boot's on her.
The boots. They were made for walking, but that's not what I'll do.
There's the body of a man.
Every day I load up this game,
Wall.
she runs. I couldn't think of something that rhymed with do to make the whole go. But there's a dude sitting there and he's crucified, if you were reading what it had said. So I kind of just look at the ground. Some people in my chat are queasy, and it's just become one of those things that I do.
One thorn out.
Thanks for doing this, Rose.
At least you can like look away.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. And
Some games force you.
Yeah, they're like, oh, look at how beautifully we rendered this gore. Look at it.
Like Evil Within 2 has that scene where it just forces you to watch a drill going into some bloke's head.
Oh yeah, Dead Space has the mini game where you have to put a needle into Isaac Clarke's eye.
Oh yeah. Well, even the first Evil Within has a similar mini game where you got to like put the thing in the brain at the right spot.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, like, and as a horror, I would probably classify myself as an aficionado now. I've seen probably more horror in like a week than most people do in probably a year. There's necessary and unnecessary gore in horror.
Yeah.
And
I'm afraid you've got a bit of work to do before you
Buddy over there, I would say, is almost not necessary because we have, like, you know, all of those limbs all over the place, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And that guy. And that guy.
You'll have to find a way.
And that guy. Or that girl, I should say.
Yes. Power couplings, Benny.
You know, so we're kind of chock full. Oh, look, that's 3 more.
I'll be back in a jiffy.
We're chock full of corpses.
Don't what? Aubrey? Aubrey!
So it's not like we don't have a very good sense of, would you look at that?
Yeah.
I think something bad happened here. I couldn't put my finger on it. Crucified guy. Okay, yeah, no. Death. That's the bad thing that's happened here. Crucified guy. He's what really hammered that nail in.
Can you do something
I'm
about
sorry.
the power coming and going?
I saw an opportunity and I had to take it.
There's a bit of a hiccup with a large electromagnetic distribution.
Oh yeah, Aubrey also says a bad word, seeing as we're on front page.
Yeah, that means nothing.
Pulsating isn't a bad word. What are you talking about?
No,
Rosie,
this part.
we are harvesting electricity from time itself. This shit is complicated. Okay?
Aubrey.
Whoa.
I
Aubrey,
know.
come on.
I know.
Ah, great plan,
There are
Aubrey.
kids watching,
Best
I
work
think.
yet.
Well, then I guess it's a good thing we didn't show him crucified dude. Now, we get to just stand and look at this. This is a nice switch. What do you think? Or lever. Not so nice
Yeah.
anymore because it says red.
No.
We just get to stand here. Now we get to flip it. It's one of those sections where they really said, look at this cool game mechanic that we thought of. We're going to shut everything off and turn everything back on.
Yeah.
And then we'll shut it all off and turn it back on.
Like they developed it and just, you're an hour into your run and they're like, oh yeah, we should probably use this mechanic that we thought up 6 months ago.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, electricity means don't touch this. You gotta, stop dead in your tracks. This is where you like take a look at your watch and go, oh yeah, 20,000 steps now. You know, 45 flights of stairs upwards, 7 down.
I made it across the engine. What now?
Up ahead is hydraulics and
All right, so this is hydraulics. And in hydraulics, we have a bunch more things showing us that people are dead.
turning them should bring the pressure down.
Okay.
I go this way,
To reduce pressure. Got it.
over,
Right, Rose?
jump down.
Okay. Talk to you in a bit.
Some levers are like, oh, you know what? We don't have an inventory system. However, we're going to just make you hold something for about 10 seconds at most.
Classic horror, the valve.
Yep.
Valve handle.
I was getting a kick out of this. We are playing this on Epic, so it's like, oh, look at that. Steam on Epic. There you go.
And
I know, right? Maybe they just looked at it and went, "Oh, it's horror. I don't want to see what this is about." We don't touch that one. That one gives us an achievement actually. And it's basically a congratulations, idiot, you turned it the wrong way.
Huh.
because we're trying to relieve pressure, and that one actually builds more pressure up.
Oh, I see.
And then this is the last one. And Aubrey gets happy.
You did it, Rose. I see green all over my sensors here. The security doors should be open.
This always just... I love this part. Just these gigantic gears.
One more.
Yeah.
Except for that one.
What's up next?
That one doesn't move. Doesn't want to work. Remember how I was talking about Fred earlier? I wouldn't blame you if you don't remember. It was kind of a throwaway as one of our non-human supporting characters. By supporting, I don't mean Fred supports the protagonist. You know what? I'll let Aubrey do the talking about this. And Rose. That's Fred.
Oh.
Fred, say hello. Fred's saying hello.
Don't worry, you're safe in there. As long as you don't get directly exposed to the shockwave, you should be fine.
Alright. So as long as we don't get directly exposed to the shockwave, should be able to see you. You're over there. He does my favorite thing. Look, everybody, my elbows are not placed properly.
You see that building on fire in the distance?
That building right there, that on fire.
You'll find the emergency deactivation switch.
Wait.
Yep.
All the way over there?
Yep.
At the other end?
Yep.
You want me to sprint there while electromag something or other regularly fries the entire place?
Yep.
I've been thinking about this part. If it's all right with you, I'll open the door on the left. Just hide and record.
One of my favorite parts is when I'm not talking.
Of course. I wouldn't want you screaming in my ear anyway.
Alright, let's go. And this is where we say, thank goodness we don't have a sprint bar and a stamina bar. Because Fred likes to play tag. And, this is the extreme version of tag. You know that movie about tag that, like, those 4 or 5 best friends were playing the same game of tag since they were, like, kids? Well, Fred takes that to the nth degree, as you can tell. Because when you lose at this, you lose at life, you lose the game. And you have some close calls like that. I would say that probably shaved her butt. We go through here real quick. And we have the most nail-biting part where we have to go down another set of stairs. Up a ladder. Flip a switch. Jump down. Fred says, oh, I see you, tag. We have to hide right here. All while what I would call Star Wars battle music is being played. Just so we can jump in here. Flip the switch. Wait for the last one to go and we're good. We have, we've shut Fred down.
I pulled the damn thing. Did it work?
So Fred's now sad. He's not going to say hello to us anymore. He's just going to
I think you did it, Rose.
kind of stand there in the dark.
I can't believe it! You did it! Woohoo! I'm going to live!
So, you know how we saved Ada? Well, we found Ada. We didn't save Ada. I'm sorry. Too soon, but let's go and see Aubrey. Aubrey is the best sidekick ever. I mean, he's the reason why we got here. He helped us get all the way here. He helped us go get to our sister.
Aubrey?
So, like,
Where are you, Aubrey?
that's pretty stand up, wouldn't you say, Tim?
Absolutely.
Come on, Aubrey. Let's go already.
Okay. Just up here, through this door. Oh, he's not here. That's Benny, by the way. Hello, Benny. Take a look at this. That is where our sister was. Oh, hi, Aubrey. Turns out Aubrey was playing for the other team.
Rude.
I know. After he shared with us about Benny and told us that he was using him to scratch his own back? I get, you know what? He's honest. He's a liar. Wow. You've been spying on us?
Tesla's lockdown that was jamming your sister's podcasts. That was
Oh, if you can take a look at his fingers.
was me.
His fingers are a little broken.
Because she took everything from me. Everything. I had his attention. I had his respect. But she took it all.
No.
I used to be someone aboard the ship. But now the time has come to take back. Starting with these.
If you do this,
What?
I will
You're taking those from me? That I worked hard for? You villain!
Scout's honor.
Remember we were talking about Bond villains and monologuing? Bond villain monologuing, apparently.
Here it is.
I mean, he's such a Bond villain. Here we go.
He's just missing a cat.
Those things.
I don't expect you to come find me, Rose. I expect you to die. Look at that. There's the way that our super spy, sorry, our journalist Rose is supposed to die. And there he goes. Not even gonna stay to watch his own handiwork. Typical Bond villain.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's like, no, I'm confident in my ability, you know. Open this. Now this is probably the biggest section of RNG. You cannot take a look behind you because you're technically not being pursued, but you are being pursued. There is an exo monster behind you. And every once in a while you get in and around here and he stabs you. And the game likes to pull a fast little tricky on you just over here. Where they go... Oh, we got you. No, we didn't. I don't know if you saw that, like, one frame that the monster was, like, grabbing you, and then he was gone in front of you.
That was quick.
And over comes Tesla, who just kind of said, "Be gone, Exo," and caused some sort of gigantic electromagnetic expansion outwards that killed it. I don't know. I think they wanted to play on, hey, look, Tesla, electricity. He can control electricity. He goes, I cast Death Ray, and it comes out of his hand instead of anything else. So,
Lightning bolt.
right? That's the word I was looking for. I definitely wasn't like looking through my player's handbook today, trying to find something for a spell, and I forgot what lightning bolt was.
Once warned me about the stubbornness of her sister.
So the best thing that we can do right now is just look around, and we are in the hospital ward.
You being able to journey halfway across the Helios, even despite my own efforts to prevent it. And
My favorite part about this
my failure. Ada
is that
lost to us.
this sounds like he's talking to us.
Doors that has allowed the
I mean, you can hear Tesla's voice, right, Tim?
where he will attempt to use your sister's research to close the
I actually can't. The audio is very soft on my end.
Oh, really? Okay.
now-
Well, he's talking.
That's okay. No, I just turned my thing up so I can hear
Oh,
you.
okay.
on my way to do what I can to fix this. And in the process,
So you understand he's talking? Yeah, right?
Yes.
Can we take a look over
Yes.
here? Oh, look, a letter. Let's take a look. What do you think this letter says?
Exactly what he's just been telling
All of that.
all of it.
So why we have the letter, I don't know. Why we had the voiceover, I don't know. It's one of those things. Oh, look, more blood and gore. We're definitely in a horror game. We now have the hospital section.
Oh, yep, classic horror.
We're gonna go over to our right real quick. Go out of here. And we're done with the hospital section.
Oh,
Just kidding. We have one more little room. But yeah,
where's the super secret, ultra clean and vibrant lab section of the game?
Oh, there is a cleaner section of a lab that you can actually go and see. So we're now back. We've kind of done like a full circle because that's us. That's where Ada was. Oh, that's Ada. Ada, what are you doing? Oh, Ada died to let us go through here. Now, in just a minute, there's going to be a very, very loud section because the audio is balanced. So I will give a thumbs up when the audio goes back to normal, but I would suggest just taking a look at the captions. I won't even say anything after you take them off now.
Bored the Helios knowing what would happen, only that pursuing my research could change the world. And we did. Just not in the way I'd imagined. Not yet, anyway. I want to explain everything now, so that you'd see that there is nothing to fear. You've always tried to protect me, my big sister, but this was meant to be.
So anybody who was asleep with your headphones on probably got a horrible wake up. I know that the cobwebs between my ears have been dusted.
I'll be back for you.
And yeah, we found out that Aubrey killed Benny, which was probably the worst part of this entire game for me, because Aubrey had called him his best friend, and it turns out that he murdered his best friend and took his arm off. And I was like, that's cold for a scientist, you know.
I will keep my promise. I will get your research back. Hopefully, they hold the answers.
One of our last mechanics of the game is a variation of the timer that we saw before, where you flip a switch, but this time you have to make sure that you flip the second attach switch before the timer goes down, or you don't get to go through a door.
What do you mean, Ada is
And
acting on me? Ada?
so if you take your time, she finishes her sentence by saying Ada is dead, and Tesla says yes, but actually no. And so this is the only other part where we have a timed section of connect the two switches. But this wouldn't be a horror game without raising the stakes. Up comes the crescendo. Here's the stakes being raised. We gotta get to this one before we get jabbed in the stomach, which we're not gonna get jabbed in the stomach. And that's the entire of that mechanic, completely done, never to be seen again. There's us running ahead of us, which is where we get into a little bit of the wibbly wobbly timey wimey crap. Because how are we running in front of us when we've only been here once, running where we are now? Shouldn't it be where we are? This is why this game hurts my head.
It's Mario Kart time trials.
Yeah, definitely. We're chasing our ghost. And usually you're supposed to go to the other side of this, but, you know, why would I run all the way here, flip this switch, when I can do it on the other side? And all we see is pull the switch to call the rail car. Evacuate! And there it is. We've had some pretty bad luck with rail cars, but, you know, I feel like everything will work out. Open these and in. Well, let's look behind us. No fire. Check. No broken windows. Check. No fire in front of us or behind us. Check. All right. I think we're good. remember the first time I saw that tooltip because it says that like not only does it transport people, but it also transports equipment and vehicles. And I was like, oh, do I get to drive like a forklift? Because I'm in real life I'm forklift certified. Memes aside, 100%, I drive a forklift all the time. I was hoping I could drive a forklift in here, like just pull it down here, maybe play a little bit of cleanup. You know, seems to be an awful lot of biological waste and sanitation issues all over the place.
That's what we'll call it.
He's just making it worse. Exotic energy is leaking everywhere. We need to get up there before it's
Yeah.
go through the basement.
Some of the sculptures in here are actually pretty cool, and I feel like I've seen all of them before. I just don't know where I've seen them before.
As good a plan as any, I guess. Then what?
Then you keep
That must be the Tesla Tower.
Wow, Rose, way to cut off Nikola Tesla.
Speaking
How?
of cutting off, Thinker in chat is saying that he loves forklifts.
Love forklifts? Okay, but there are many different kinds. Like there's gas powered, there's electric, there's propane, there's forklifts that have treads on for instead of tires. There are like slick indoor only forklifts. There are like all-terrain forklifts. There are variable reach forklifts. What kind of forklifts are we talking about that you like? Because I'm kind of interested. I personally like the variable reach forklifts. They are terrifying to drive, I'm not gonna lie, because you can go quite far with that extendo reach. Tim, do you have a favorite forklift?
I have no preference. Very neutral on the topic. Thinker is saying he loves all of them.
Love all of them. You know, I'll take it. But that's like you ask somebody their favorite ice cream, and they say, "I just like ice cream." You know, I don't really have a favorite. Yeah, there's a favorite.
I mean, I get it. That's like someone asking me, like, "What's your favorite band?" It's like, well,
Yes.
I don't know. I like bands. I like music.
Yeah.
I got you, Thinker. I got you.
Yeah. Tim's out here making sure he's got homies back, the chat's back. I'm out here just, you know, back
Just
in another
calling for
vent.
events. Yeah.
By the way, my favorite kind of ice cream is the chocolate fudge ice cream. In case anybody wanted to know.
My favorite types of vents are vents that are big enough to crawl through.
You know, as a guy who's 6'5", I've never been able to crawl through a vent, so I've never known what that felt like. And I worry
As
that
a
I'd be...
guy who's like 5'7", neither have I.
I would love to crawl through a vent just to say that I've done it, but
Yeah.
I worry that I would be in that horror situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And get stuck. And that's how I would go.
Yeah.
It was like, oh,
I just picture you doing the whole Bruce Willis Die Hard thing.
oh yeah.
in the vent.
That would be fun. I feel like Bruce Willis is a little less broad, a little less big, and definitely not as tall as I am. So, and I think, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, but I think maybe that vent was a little bit more custom made.
I think it was a bit exaggerated, yeah.
So I think the best thing to do, actually, is custom make my. Oh, Tim, we should custom make our own vents, just so that we can go through them, just for once, and then I don't know, we'll sell them or something, but just so you can get the full experience of crawling through there. I'll come over to your place sometime, and I'll just bang on the vent so you get the full experience of like somebody trying to get you.
Deal.
I love this because all we get to do is just stand right here and wait, because this is where we're supposed to be. And we have to wait for Nikola to run up, and Nikola punches him in the face. I want you to know. That was the running sound and the thud. Nikola running up, punching Aubrey, and Aubrey hitting the dirt. It is definitely one of my favorite moments in there. Top 5. But yeah, we are. This is like near the end of, but probably I'd say around the beginning of the 3rd act, if we were to put this into acts. You go over here. Hope to God Rose goes through. Pull this one. Pull this one. Good. Cut that off.
Rose, I need you down here now. Stairs on the right side. Go.
See? More stairs. Walking simulator? No. This is a stair simulator. Oh, it's Ludwig. Not looking as hot as the last time we saw him, I'm just going to say. I went to a Korean barbecue place not that long ago, actually on Thursday night, and he looks like the first piece of meat that I put on there and forgot about. Really burnt on one side and well done on the other.
Get on with it.
So Aubrey, in a random act of heroism, is holding Ludwig as we pull the switch and kill them both.
You have to go. You have to go now. The rear.
Where are the notebooks? I'm not leaving without them.
Over this. You know, no rush, Rose. Let's just, you know, slowly get ourselves over those pipes. Look longingly at our sister's notebooks. Which I don't know if you noticed that he actually got bigger in size as they got closer. Not just perspective change, but they actually got bigger. Go in here and wait for this. We now have an elevator section. And I would argue the most tense part of this entire game. While everything is collapsing, as you can see. Or I'll just go over here. As you can see, everything's kind of exploding and collapsing. We just have a nice little elevator ride down. That's good. You know, I think I need to stop speaking so soon. I seem to be jinxing her. Jump! Oh, I didn't hit the button fast enough. Apparently, if you hit the button fast enough, just before you hit the ground, you don't get hurt. I was told that in real life, if an elevator falls, you jump. I haven't had the ability to test that out yet, though. So, if anybody has, I would love to know.
Go! Just keep running forward!
And now it's just another section of don't play tag with the exo monsters. Gotta take a right. Can't go that way, apparently. So, there's one exo monster there. But then notices us and starts running too. It's like, hey. I don't think those counted towards the amount of stairs she took down in the day. As she, well, she kind of missed a bunch of them.
Bit of a tumble.
A little bit. And now everything seems to be a little bit nicer. I think there's a little bit more rumbling, but not terribly too much.
How are you still alive? The tower fell.
He's like, don't worry about it right now. I'll tell you when you're older and smarter. And cut dialogue is her saying, "What are you talking about?" Oh, that was close. What are you talking about? I'm the smartest of our sisters. I'm saying it's cut dialogue because I just made it up on the spot, so it never actually made the final cut.
Gotcha.
We have
Gotcha.
4 switches to do. in this specific order. If we do them wrong, they all flip back. It's actually on a whiteboard over there. We have to stand right here and wait. As you say, it's playing. You can't come down here. Now we can go. There's some cool stuff that you can take a look at here, but speedrunning means we don't get to take a look at it. And over and through.
So, where is that globe?
Oh, look, there's more than one globe. But we were shown this globe with the lions beside it. That's a nice lion. I wanted to get as close as I possibly could. Actually, I get as close as I possibly can right here because it opens from this side. So then I just, you know, just waiting to, just chomping at the bit. There we go. And time is going to happen in just a couple of quick moments. I'm going to get in here and then I'll just yell out time, but I hit a button. Come down, start pressing, and ready, as it happens now. And that is close to the sun. We have a little bit of a cutscene as we get out, but that is the run.
Nice work.
Thank you. Now, I don't know if we're going to be able to see it, so I'll just go real quick. We get shot out, everything explodes, and Nikola Tesla calls us and says, "Hey, so, real crazy thing, but I know how to get your sister back." And she goes, "What? No way. I thought she was dead." And he's like, "Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll tell you when you're older." Fade to black. Best song that I've heard on a game ever, played afterwards. So, yeah. That's it. That's all. That's all she wrote. I'm going to take another drink of water because my throat is killing me.
Well, is there anything you want to do? Any shout outs or anything?
I want to take the moment and opportunity to shout out every single one of you, as well as the runners and the dev team of IHS. Thank you very much for being here, putting in your time, putting in all of this effort, inviting all of us to do this. And basically, if it wasn't for you guys, you know, I wouldn't be doing this today. I wouldn't have sat on my couch all day. So, like, thanks, I guess. That's the only shout out, and that's the end of the game.
All right, no worries. We're going to have a bit of a transition now, and then we've got Zom Slays with the Suicide of Rachel Foster up next. That's going to be a good one, too.